Hello everyone, welcome to my lecture. Most people think hackers have extraordinary skill and knowledge that allow them to hack into computer systems and find valuable information. The term hacker conjures up images of a young computer who types a few commands at a computer screen and proof the computer spits out passwords, account numbers, or other confidential data. In reality, a good hacker or security professional acting as an ethical hacker just has to understand how a computer system works and know what tools to employ in order to find a security weakness. This lecture will teach you the same techniques and software tools that many hackers use to gather valuable data and attack computer systems. The realm of hackers and how they operate is unknown to most computer and security professionals. Hackers use specialized computer software tools to gain access to information. By learning the same skill and employing the software tools used by hacker, you will be able to defend your computer networks and system against malicious attacks. The goal of this first lecture is to introduce you to the world of the hacker and to define the terminology used in discussing computer security. To be able to defend against malicious hacker, security professionals must first understand how to employ ethical hacking techniques. This lecture will detail the tools and techniques used by hackers so that you can use those tools to identify potential risk in your computer system. This lecture will guide you through the hacking process as a good guy. Most ethical hackers are in the business of hacking for profit, an activity known as penetration testing or pin testing for short. Pin testing is usually conducted by a security professional to identify security risks and vulnerabilities in systems and networks. The purpose of identifying risks and vulnerabilities is so that a countermeasure can be put in place and the risk mitigated to some degree. Ethical hackers are in the business of hacking and as such need to conduct themselves in a professional manner. Additionally, state, country or international laws must be understood and carefully considered prior to using hacking software and techniques. Staying within the law is a must for the ethical hacker. An ethical hacker is acting as a security professional when performing pin tests and must always act in a professional manner. Defining ethical hacking. The next section will explain the purpose of ethical hacking and exactly what ethical hackers do. As mentioned earlier, ethical hackers must always act in a professional manner to differentiate themselves from malicious hackers, gaining the trust of the client and taking all precautions to do no harm to their systems during a pin test are critical to being a professional. Another key component of ethical hacking is to always gain permission from the data owner prior to accessing the computer system. This is one of the ways ethical hackers can overcome the stereotype of hackers and gain the trust of clients. The goal ethical hackers are trying to achieve in their hacking attempts will be explained later. Understanding the purpose of ethical hacking. When I tell people that I am an ethical hacker, I usually hear sneakers and comments like that's an oxymoron. Many people ask, can hacking be ethical? Yes, that best describes what I do as a security professional. I use the same software tools and techniques as malicious hackers to find the security weakness in computer network and systems. Then I apply the necessary fix or patch to prevent the malicious hacker from gaining access to the data. This is a never-ending cycle as new weaknesses are constantly being discovered in computer systems and patches are created by the software vendors to mitigate the risk of attacks. Ethical hackers are usually security professionals or network penetration testers who use their hacking skills and tool sets for defensive and protective purposes. Ethical hackers who are security professionals test their network and system security for vulnerabilities using the same tools that a hacker might use to compromise the network. Any computer professional can learn the skill of ethical hacking. The term cracker describes a hacker who uses their hacking skills and toolset for destructive or offensive purposes such as disseminating viruses or performing denial of services attacks to compromise or bring down systems and network. No longer just looking for fun, these hackers are sometimes paid to damage corporate reputations or steal or reveal credit card information while slowing business processes and compromising the integrity of the organization. White hats. White hats are the good guys, the ethical hackers who use their hacking skills for defensive purposes. White hat hackers are usually security professionals with knowledge of hacking and the hacker toolset and who use this knowledge to locate weakness and implement countermeasures. White hat hackers are prime candidates for the exam. White hats are those who hack with permission from the data owner. It is critical to get permission prior to the beginning any hacking activity. This is what makes a security professional a white hat versus a malicious hacker who cannot be trusted. Black hats. Black hats are the bad guys, the malicious hackers or crackers who use their skills for illegal or malicious purposes. They break into or otherwise violate the system integrity of remote systems with malicious intent. Having gained unauthorized access, black hat hackers destroy vital data, deny legitimate user service, and just cause problems for their targets. Black hat hackers and crackers can easily be differentiated from white hat hackers because their actions are malicious. This is the traditional definition of a hacker and what most people consider a hacker to be. Grey hats. Grey hats are hackers who may work offensive or defensively depending on the situation. This is the dividing line between hacker and cracker. Grey hat hackers may just be interested in hacking tools and technologies and are not malicious black hats. Grey hats are self-proclaimed ethical hackers who are interested in hacker tools mostly from a curiosity standpoint. They may want to highlight security problems in a system or educate victims so they secure their systems properly. These hackers are doing their victims a favor. For instance, if a weakness is discovered in a service offered by an investment bank, the hacker is doing the bank a favor by giving the bank a chance to rectify the vulnerability. From a more controversial point of view, some people consider the act of hacking itself to be unethical, like breaking and entering. But the belief that ethical hacking excludes destruction at least moderates the behavior of people who see themselves as benign hackers. According to this view, it may be one of the highest forms of hackerly courtesy to break into a system and then explain to the system operator exactly how it was done and how the hole can be plugged. The hacker is acting as an unpaid and unsolicited team. This approach has gotten many ethical hackers in legal trouble. Make sure you know the law and your legal liabilities when engaging in ethical hacking activity. The difference between white hats and grey hats is that permission word. Although grey hats might have good intention, without the correct permission they can no longer be considered ethical.